So dear students, today we are going to learn numerical on design of slab base. First of all, we will see few previous numericals which are asked in the university question paper. The first question is explain types of column bases and design the slab base for a column of ISHB 350 about 67.4 kg per meter supporting a factored axial load of 1200 kilonewton and the grade of concrete is M20. Now if you observe the numerical is asked for the 10 marks. In the 10 marks there are 2 marks for the explanation of the slab bases, that is column bases, that is slab base and gusset base, and remaining 8 to 7 marks are there for the design of the slab base. Now the second numerical is design a gusset base for a column having a load, factor load, and the grade of concrete is given. Then in this question there is no theory, as the design of gusset base is lengthier than that of the slab base. Then again the same type of question, design the slab base for ISHB, the factor load is given, and here they have restricted the width of the base plate, that is 410 mm. Then again the same type of numerical, that is we have to design the slab gusset base for a column. Now in the numerical you may observe that the section ISHB is utilized, that is heavy beam section is utilized, because ISMB are utilized for the beam section and ISHB are utilized for the column section. And along with it they have mentioned the weight of the section. Now why they have mentioned the weight of the section? The reason behind it is that in the steel table we are having the same section depth with different unit weight. So to avoid that confusion, which section which we have to utilize for the design, they have specifically mentioned the unit weight of that section. You may observe the same thing in the given numerical only. Here they have mentioned ISHB about 72.4 kg per meter, and here ISHB 350 about 66.1 kg per meter. Now the numerical, explain types of the column bases and design the slab base for a column ISHB 350 about 67.4 kg per meter supported by the factored axial compression load of 1200 kilonewton. Consider the grade of concrete as M20. If you observe in the numerical, they have the load is directly given as a factored axial load, so no need to multiply it by a multiplication factor, that is factor of safety. So the given data, the step number 1 is we have to write the given data. Factor load of 1200 kilonewton, FCK is 20 MPa, the column is 350 about 67.4 kg per meter. Now from the steel table we have to write down the properties of the section, that is the depth of the section H is 350, width of the flanges is 250 mm, thickness of the flange is 11.6 mm, the thickness of the web is 8.3 mm, and R1 is equals to 12 mm, that is root radius 1. Now solution, the step number 1 is we have to calculate the bearing strength, which is equals to 0.45 FCK, which is equals to 9 MPa. 0.45 into 20, that is grade of the concrete, which is equals to 9 MPa. From that we have to calculate the area required. Area required is equals to PU divided by bearing strength. So here we have got the area required for the section. Now from the area required we have to calculate the size of the base plate. Now we are assuming the length of the base plate. Length of the base plate is equals to 350 plus 4 times the edge distance. Now here what is 350? 350 is nothing but the depth of that section. So 350 into 1.7 into 22, which is equals to 499.6 mm. Now approx, which is equals to 500 mm. Then from the length of the base plate, we have to calculate the width of the base plate, which is equals to area divided by the L, and the width of the base plate is 350 mm. So we have to use the size of the base plate as 500 by 350. So the area provided is 175,000 mm square. Now we have to calculate the actual pressure on the base plate, which is equals to Pu divided by area provided, which is equals to 6.85 mm, and this pressure, that is actual pressure on the base plate, it should be greater Next, we have to calculate the projection behind the face of the column, that is small a and small b. If you observe in the diagram, small a is along the L and small b is along the B. Now small a is equals to 500, that is the L, minus 350, that is the H, divided by 2, as this projection is on the both the side. Similarly, small b is equals to 350 minus 250. 350 is capital B, that is width of the base plate, and 250 is BF, that is the width of the flanges, divided by 2, which is equals to 50 mm. And according to the formula of IS 800 2007, TS is equals to under root of 2.5 into W into bracket A square minus 0.3 B square into bracket gamma m0 divided by Fy, and gamma m0 is partial factor of safety. Substituting all these values, that is A, W, small b, gamma m0 and Fy, we get the thickness of the base plate, which is equals to 19.616 mm, and this thickness should be greater than the thickness of the flange. That is the check which we have to provide. Thereafter, we need to write down the size of the base plate, that is equals to 500 by 350 by 20 mm, and we have to utilize M20 anchor bolt at the corner of the plate to embed that base plate into the concrete, so that there will be no movement in the base plate. Now we have to design the connection for the base plate. So here we assume that the partial load transfer, that is 50%, will be passed directly by the bearing and 50% will be registered by the connection. The connection may be bolted connection or a welded connection. So as there is nothing mentioned regarding the connection, we may design the bolted connection or welded connection. So in the numerical, I have decided to design it by the bolted connection. I have assumed 4.6 grade of the bolt connected by a minimum clit angle of 100 by 75 by 10 mm on the both side of the flanges. If you observe in the diagram, this orange part is our column section and green part is nothing but the clit angle. So step number 1, to calculate the VDSB. VDSB is equals to Fu into NN into A and B divided by root 3 gamma MB, where we are designing it for the single shear. So VDSB is equals to 45.27 kilonewton. Thereafter, we need to calculate the VDPB, which is equals to 2.5 kb into D into T into Fu divided by gamma MB. Now, as it is a second part of the numerical, we have to design the connection in the second part. So, we may assume the KB as 1 if the numerical is totally based upon the design of connection. That time we need to calculate the KB from the IS code formulas. Then VDPB and VDSB values are 45.27 kilonewton and 205 kilonewton. Our number of bolts are calculated by 0.5 into 1200 divided by the minimum value of VDSB and VDPB. Now, why we are multiplying the 1200 by 0.5? That is because we have assumed that 50% of load will be transferred by the connection. So, your number of bolts are 13.25, which is equals to, on a safer side we are assuming it as a 16 number of bolts. So, provide M20 bolt of 4.6 grade, 4 bolts in the each row as shown in the numerical diagram. 4 bolts are provided on each side, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So in this way we have completed the numerical on the design of a slab base. In next lecture we will be studying the numerical on the design of the gusset plate. Thank you.